of my tiny pantry. A lot of you guys were interested in seeing how I was going to manage the storage area that I have to put food. That was something that it really concerned me at first because of the space that we had for specifically or around the kitchen area. But once I figured out a way, and that was to build my own pantry with my own staples, and realized that by meal planning, I don't have to store that much food and I can buy more fresh and I can plan a little bit better how we're going to eat for the next 2 weeks. And that's when I made this pantry that I'm gonna do a tour for you today. It has just the basic staples and stuff that I have to have around all the time. And then if you watch yesterday's video, you know that I do at least 2-week meal planning, and that way I can buy the stuff that I'm gonna need for the meals themselves. And since I do a lot of prep for my food, most of the stuff it's going to go in the fridge anyways, because all the ingredients are going to be included in some kind of meal. So I'm not overbuying stuff to store. I am buying exactly what I need to make or prepare those foods, and then keep some staples in my pantry. So it's not rocket science, it's not something amazing, it's not something that you're gonna be like, why I didn't think of that before. I'm sure you have, but I just wanted to show you, for those of you guys who were wondering how I was going to manage the food in a tiny home. So I'm going to start by giving you an overview of how the pantry looks like. It's basically a cabinet that we have above the door. Now, here is the kitchen. I'm just still organizing and everything, but in the kitchen area, I mean, it's not located right there, but it's just by it. And it's one of those cabinets that you don't know what to do with it because it's kind of an awkward or different kind of shape. In here, I have different containers, and I decided to do this because the little packets that the food comes in, they're usually very different size and shapes. So for me, it's really important that it was something that I could make fit as much as I can in this pantry area. Now, these are just staples. I have another area where I can keep crackers and that kind of stuff. But here it's basically the stuff that we use the more often, and the one that I use whenever I'm cooking the most. You know, these are just things that we are always repurchasing and we can't run out of. So the containers that I got for the pantry are very simple. They're not crazy expensive. As I mentioned before, they're from Dollar Tree. And the idea is that it holds enough sugar that this would last us for how we eat a couple of weeks, being a family of 6. I love that it has this opening here. And you can also open it from here if you're going to do like half a cup or 1 cup or something like that. And it's not one of those containers with a small top where you can't really put, you know, a half a cup or a cup inside to grab it for a cake or something like that. So this is the perfect size. Now, I'm going to put the name because I have one of the labels that you can check out if you're interested for your pantry. But just keep in mind that I can fit, for a standard bag of cereal, I have to put half in one and half in the other one because, you know, they're not the huge, tall kind. And I'm going to put on the screen, you know, how much it fits, like cups and stuff like that. So they're very affordable. They are very practical and they fit perfectly. So that way I created my own pantry. Now, just because these are my staples doesn't mean that I'm gonna buy in small sizes. Since these are staples, I usually buy in bigger sizes, and what I do is I put them in bigger containers, and I'm gonna insert a clip here so you can see them. And the idea is that those are going to be full in the basement area of the house, and when we need them, then we're going to refill the ones that we have up here, so that way we have a backup. If we run out of cereal, then we'll have more there. And I don't like to keep them in the original packaging, and I keep it in this kind of containers because I hate the idea of mice. And that is something that can happen if you keep it just in boxes and just plastic bags. So basically here I have breadcrumbs, I have rice, I have hot cocoa right there in the bag, I have flour, I have different sauces for biscuits, gravy for mashed potatoes, I have sugar, I have tea, I have a couple of this with cereal. In this case we're taking the kids' favorite ones. We have some spices there that are bigger and they don't fit my little one. I have sugar, I have popcorn, and I have dog food. The rest of the stuff we keep it in a different area, but these are just my staples, and this is how organized my pantry. And again, I do have backups, but this is stuff that it can range from 1 week of eating to 2 weeks, and sometimes even more depending on what we are eating for that specific week and the meal plan that we have. And I don't have to have a little bit of everything because I do meal planning. I actually exactly know what I need, but this is the kind of stuff that it's nice to always have around.